oh no, something bad has happened to you and now you don't know what to do. Or something bad happened to you and now you define yourself as that event that happened to you. Well, let me tell you something. What happens to you actually does not matter. It's how you act during and after what has happened that really matters. What do I mean by that? Look, we came into this world, we came into this earthly experience to experience all kinds of things. You know, God created us to experience good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the negative, the positive, the truth, the lie, the good, the evil, everything. We're going to experience all of this during this human experience if we live out our normal span of life. So events are going to happen, good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. But when a bad thing happens, we get really, really distraught. And of course, our system gets shocked, and then we start defining ourselves from that event. So in that moment, when something has happened to us, we are faced with a choice. How are we going to act? There is a way that you can act after a bad event has happened to you that is going to make you much stronger. It is going to empower you. You're going to turn back and look at this event and actually define that moment when you were going through the tragedy, when you were in pain, when you were breaking down. You are going to define that moment as the moment when you became strong. Or you can have another choice where you act weak, where you become a victim, where you blame the circumstances, you blame God, you blame other people, and you will be a victim then from then onwards until you choose to redefine yourself and change the situation. Are you going to be a victor or are you going to be a victim? That's your choice. Because believe me, look at the stories of victors. They also always started from a tragedy. That's why they became victors. When we are watching a movie and there is a character that we call the hero and then there's a character that we call the villain, in order to show the hero, in order to gain more sympathy for the hero, what happens? The villain becomes really powerful and keeps abusing the hero, keeps victimizing them until the hero decides to act with strength and ultimately defeats the villain. That's always the story of life. We may not have a villain that's a person. We may have, the villain could be an event. Are you going to be beaten down by that villain? That's your choice. If you want to act from strength, that's also your choice. So don't ever let the event define you. Act from a place of strength. Yeah, stuff happens. Maybe you got beaten down. Are you going to get up again? Maybe you got beaten down 10 times. So what? Get up again. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to redefine that situation and redefine that event. If you give up, if you give in, which has many ways, which includes blaming and judging other people for it, then you're going to remain a victim. What is the powerful way? What is the empowering way that you can redefine this event? Take responsibility. This is the most difficult thing for people to do when they have been identifying as a victim. Somebody did something bad to them. How can I take responsibility? Yes, you can. You can take responsibility by saying, this thing happened to me because I was too trusting, or I made a mistake, I made an error in judgment, whatever it was, and I am never going to do that again because I'm taking responsibility for my own well-being. Stop making other people responsible for your well-being, for your happiness. You are the only one who is responsible for your own happiness, for your own well-being. And the only source that you need to depend upon is your Creator. Beyond that, who else matters? Really nobody. If you have that strong connection with God and with yourself, things can happen to you and you're going to say, uh-oh, I fell again. I need to get back up and keep going because I know how to get back up. So strengthen that muscle. That defeat is not going to stop you. Defeat is not going to define you. Failure is not going to define you. That's just part of experience. How do you gain knowledge if you don't ever experience failure? Failure can be a great teaching tool because that teaches you what not to do, right? So failure is also great, success is great. They're all learning experiences on this beautiful human journey that we are on, and that's how you can change how you act during what is happening to you and not let the moment of defeat define you.